Yowza, yowza, yowza. I just want to check out if this thing's recording this morning. I feel like talking in this nice, really calm and lean Alabama, Arkansas, Ohio type accent. And just relaxing into the swing of things. In the meantime, I'm going to read you something, the correct version of what I wrote, with Jimi Hendrix's national anthem in the background. So. And loud, as we fast before those microchip drones get in trouble. No parlare, no parlare. The cyborgic, bushy, and patsy's shamanic, comfy, wumpy device. Oh, fellow men and deluded, have we tied towards the microchips of Microchip Americana, the manuscript of Microchip Americana, with their symbolic literary referrals towards worldly cliched references of only Draconian, almost possessionistic, falsely superior investigative programming, with the torture of the all-programmatic, collaborating, guttural, dangerous, and painful extraction machines. With often the decimal stage play of well-rehearsed cinematic efforts that are lost within Sullivan's true and good taste, within the butter, asparagus now, and the fried egg of culinary fables, acting accordingly towards the powdered traits of a simpleton's peanut butter and jam self-righteousness, for a political traits of creature almost vaginal-like good and sound and their replenishment. The proverbial cackling rooster, reminding us all of the caretaking microchip sound check recording mad mocketized in Ottawa, with the girth of the Supremes, the gallery permeating supremacy gallery permeating the brains of a cracked mind. Alien acting as some form of moralizing and yet fascinating political enrapturement machine, regarding a Platonia, Christina, T's, armamentless, ambassadorial cover-up regarding a certain cargo. A near kill, with an immune impossibility to truly strike fear into their hearts, where they say a legal battle should always like it's too bad should always do. If only these two female incidents were not so closely linked together by a perennial schizophrenic mistrust of everything and everybody by now. With good old zeros, good old O's, silhouetted acting as some form of manipulative reminder of the extraordinary circumstances that led me, the writer, into a suicidal rage. You still see the wounds there. With canned acting as some form of legal reminder of the sheer uselessness of it all, when compared towards the simple man's often mimicked, grandiosely adapted principles, making him blush at his own impotent sexuality and female wishes, with an impossible social line to find and pursue, if only in heaven itself, gently by the coincidence, and isolated guilty by coincidence, and isolated dignity, guilty of emblematic, silly, and stupid dances in front of a gangster's bar, and guilty of the impossibility of true human perfection, even within God's eyes. Now, I'm going to take a break from this, man, now. And listen to another tune, which is really cool in the 60s, man, which I adored. And like I created like a visual, my first mental video, and I was only around 10 or something. We bought it for a second-hand shop. And it was really beautiful. It's called Classical Gas. No, I'm not referring to any authoritarian figure who ate beans. Ha ha ha. It's a nice song. It should make everyone happy. Mason Williams version, and it shouldn't be the acoustic version, mind you. And if it is going to be, no, it's not. It's going to be the original version. Good. Original stereo version, 3 minutes to 3 minutes. Here goes, here goes, here goes. And we have to get back to it. Always have to do that. Guilty of the impossibility of true heaven, guilty by coincidence and an isolated dignity, guilty of the emblematic, silly, and stupid dance in front of a gangster's bar, and guilty of the impossibility of true human perfection even within God's eyes. An innocent victim of a lifelong pursuit of some form of moral replenishment between the caretaking boredom and fright of even his own illiterate mother's elderly simplicity. Hold me a second. There he is, Mason Williams. Like some guys say, this was a real hit in the 60s. And the man's victim of lifelong pursuit of some form of moral replenishment in between the caretaking freedom and fright of even his own illiterate mother's elderly simplicity and just plain disbelief in such, again, impossible judicial dreams and yet obsessions of which nothing could have been done for the sake and fault, that is, of the sheer domination that is real love, even within the most graceful of beautiful queens and princesses, who with Bush acting as instigating brain-dead application of speculatively exploited worldly care. For apathy, the brethren of paying favorite submission towards you're just plain surviving within simpler, if not obligatory religious function and means. Within the lesson that was learned by me, Sandro Fermo, not a good, and that is, when one beckons God, is because one may or not be known as such, in his likeness. But innocence, even though death, as a way to preach the very eternity of depressed souls, with the hallmarks of such normal hierarchical traits and coincidences, if not for the fault of a simpleton's gain, of more humbler honor, amongst the humility that mourns the cost that ensues life's discrimination towards truly my pauperish ways, and goofy, Italian Canadian, almost princely grace. Dedicated to my mother, Maria Falsetto, and towards my newfound friend in Europe, Pearl, my newfound friend's trust in Europe, within the Middle East, Pearl, with a dab of Shakespearean ineptitude, in accordance towards one's only true salvation, and that is the culture within the shared fine arts of civilization's true choice in the matter. It all being a silly rivalry or not, you fools. This was the Bushian Sandro Fermo War. And who won? Well, we'll have to find out in a couple of years, won't we, guys? But it's out there. It's out there. Take care and love and prosper and peace and function properly. That was my take on it, and it's also from a book called Blue Auburn, which I'm definitely giving you a lot of samples of. So take care. Buy my book. It describes the epoch, the Bushian epoch, years later, and even now, and everything. Take care.